ಓಂ ಗುರುರ್ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಗುರುರ್ವಿಷ್ಣುಃ ಗುರುರ್ದೇವೋ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರಃ ಗುರುಃ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಓಂ ಸಹನಾವವತು ಸಹನೌ ಭುನಕ್ತು ಸಹ ವೀರ್ಯಂಕರವಾವಹೈ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಾವಧೀತಮಸ್ತು ಮಾ ವಿದ್ವಿಷಾವಹೈ. ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಶ್ವೇತಾಶ್ವತರೋಪನಿಷತ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 4 ಮಂತ್ರ 7. ಸಮಾನೇ ವೃಕ್ಷೇ ಪುರುಷೋ ನಿಮಗ್ನೋ ಅನೀಶಯಾ ಶೋಚತಿ ಮುಹ್ಯಮಾನಃ ಜುಷ್ಟಂ ಯದಾ ಪಶ್ಯತ್ಯನ್ಯಮೀಶಂ ಅಸ್ಯ ಮಹಿಮಾನಮಿತಿ ವೀತಶೋಕಃ. ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಸಮಾನೇ ವೃಕ್ಷೇ ಪುರುಷೋ ನಿಮಗ್ನೋ ಅನೀಶಯಾ ಶೋಚತಿ ಮುಹ್ಯಮಾನಃ ಜುಷ್ಟೈ ಯದಾ ಪಶ್ಯತ್ಯನ್ಯಮೀಶಂ ಜುಷ್ಟೈ ಯದಾ ಪಶ್ಯತ್ಯನ್ಯಮೀಶಂ ಅಸ್ಯ ಮಹಿಮಾನಮಿತಿ ವೀತಶೋಕಃ. Samsara and moksha are explained with the help of a bird imagery. The imagery was introduced in the previous shloka, previous mantra. Dvasuparna sayuja sakhaya. Two suparnas, two birds. Samane vriksham, samanam vriksham parishasvajate. They are sitting in the same tree. Tayoranyah pippalam swadvatti. One of them is eating fruits, both sweet and bitter. Jiva. And the other one, anashnannanyobhichakashiti. The other one is not eating anything. It is just witnessing. Chaitanya, Paramatma. Now the story of the Jiva is explained. Samane vrikshe purusho nimagnaha. Samane vrikshe. In the same tree. What is the tree? Tree is the body. Body is compared to tree. Body is the vriksha. There is no much difference between body and the tree. Even the tree has a lifespan. Our body also has a lifespan. Even the tree is perishable, subject to death, destruction. Even the body is subject to destruction. That is why it is called vriksha. What is the meaning of vriksha? Vrashchanad vrikshaha. O vrashchu chedane dhatu. Vrashcha dhatu has the meaning of cutting. It is called a tree because it can be trimmed. It can be felled. Meaning it is subject to destruction. Likewise, even this body is subject to destruction. There is an expiry date. It is not printed, unlike any other product. But even this body has an expiry date. We should remember that the body has an expiry date. The problem is we don't remember that it has an expiry date. That is why people think, I am going to be here permanently. We are not going to be here permanently. We have to plan our life that way, both physically as well as psychologically. So this body is called vrikshaha because it is subject to destruction. Samane vrikshe, in the same tree, meaning in the same tree where there is Ishvara, in the same body where there is Paramatma, there is no spatial gap between Jivatma and Paramatma. This is a very important point one should remember in Vedanta. In order to explain the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma, we give various examples. We give the example of Bimba and Pratibimba. Original and reflection. Reflection example is given. As the Upanishad itself says, Drishyate jalachandravat eka eva hi bhutatma bhute bhute vyavasthitaha ekadha bahudha chaiva drishyate jalachandravat. There is only one Atma, ekaha eva Atma, one Atma. And this Atma appears to be many. How? Jalachandravat, just like the reflection of the moon in waters. There is only one moon. There are many bodies of water. You may keep water in a vessel, or there may be natural water in a pond or in a well or in a lake. In every water body, there will be one reflection each, irrespective of the size of the water body. Even if the size of the water body is bigger, you don't see two reflections. There will be only one reflection. Whether it is small or big, there will be one reflection. In the same manner, in every upadhi, irrespective of whether the upadhi is small or big, there is one reflection of the Atma. It may be a bacteria body, or it may be an amoeba body, unicellular body. Even in the unicellular body, there is the reflection. And even in the elephant body, blue whale body, blue whale is considered to be the largest animal. In the blue whale body or elephant body also there is one Atma. So, ekadha bahudha chaiva bahudha drishyate jalachandravat, like reflection of the moon. On account of the reflection, the moon appears to be many. In the same manner, the Upanishad says, there is one Paramatma, ekameva dvitiyam, and the Paramatma appears to be manifold on account of different upadhis, on account of manifold upadhis. There seems to be one Atma here, another Atma there, another Atma there. That is why even many philosophers are confused about it. Any philosophy other than Advaita, they are confused about it, because they all talk about many Atmas. You may go for Sankhya. Sankhya talks about many Purushas. There are many Purushas and one Prakriti. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, even Vaisheshika talks about many Atmas. Even Mimamsaka talks about many Atmas. But the Upanishad is very clear. Eka eva hi bhutatma. Appears to be many. So, we give various examples to explain the manifoldness, the apparent duality, the apparent manyness. One is the pratibimba drishtanta, reflection. Another is avachcheda drishtanta, confinement example. Avachcheda. The example of pot space. There is one space. And the space seems to be divided into many on account of various shapes, various objects, various confining agents, limiting agents like pot, etc. One appears to be many. This is another example. One is pratibimba, another is avacheda. When we give such examples, often one may wonder that there is a spatial difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. Because if you give the pratibimba drishtanta, where is the original? It is in the sky. The original is several kilometers up in the sky. And where is the reflection? The reflection is here. Therefore, there seems to be a spatial difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. In order to rule out the spatial difference between Jivatma and Paramatma, the Upanishad says, don't think Paramatma is elsewhere. Generally, in the modern society, people have an expression when they think about God. They look up, Uparwala. This idea came from the West. Somewhere from the West, I don't know where from. God is up. This is a Western concept. We never had this concept. Because when we think about divinity, we don't look up. What do? We close our eyes. Close our eyes. Because we know Paramatma is here. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hriddesherjuna tishtati. The Ishvara is there in our heart, in the same body. That is why even when we do any puja, we have a mantra where we remember that the same Paramatma whom we are worshipping is in our own body. Deho devalayah proktaha. The body is the devalaya. Body is the house of the Ishvara. So, samane vrikshe, in the same vriksha, in the same sharira, where there is Paramatma, there is Jiva. But the Jiva is not aware of Paramatma. The Jivatma is not aware of the Paramatma. Though Paramatma is hiding in this very body. Since the Jivatma is not aware of the Paramatma, Nimagnaha. The Jiva is Nimagnaha, submerged in samsara, neck deep in samsara. Bhashyakara says, Nimagnaha means Nishchayena Dehatma Bhavamapannaha Ahameva Amushya Putraha Asya Napta Krishaha Sthulaha Gunavan Nirgunaha Sukhi Dukhi. So he identifies with the body. Dehabhimana. Aham amushya putraha. I am son of Mr. So and so, or daughter of Mr. So and so. I have this nationality, this gender, etc., etc. There is a strong identification with our individuality. So, Nimagnaha, he is submerged in the body identification. On account of the body identification, on account of the identification as an individual, as a limited being, Anishaya Shochati, he becomes Anisha. Anisha means helpless. Isha means the ruler. Ishvara, Isha. One who is capable is called Isha. He has a say over things. Then he is called Isha. Anisha means he does not have a say over things, implying helplessness. I am helpless. We become dependent on various factors for our happiness. Dependence on various factors, dependence on external factors is helplessness. My happiness is dependent on so many people, so many things. Then I become helpless. This should happen, that should happen. He should be with me, she should be with me, he should do what I say, he should fulfill my expectations, she should fulfill my expectations. Only then we are happy. Even when we are happy, even when things are in accordance with our likes, we are worried what will happen in future. Now these things are there, but what will happen after 20 years? This is helplessness. Samsara is helplessness, an emotional helplessness. Anishaya, on account of helplessness. Shochati, he becomes miserable. The Jiva experiences shoka. Sorrow. And when there is sorrow, when there is grief, the mind cannot think clearly. The mind cannot distinguish between the right and wrong. One cannot take proper decision. It is called moha. The inability to make proper decision on account of emotional disturbance is called moha. Shoka leads to moha. Therefore, muhyamanaha, he gets into moha. He is not able to make proper decisions. He is not able to think with the clarity. So far, the Shruti explained the samsara. The first half is a description of samsari. Anishaya shochati muhyamanaha. Then what is the way to be free from samsara? The way to be free from samsara is told in second half. Jushtam yada pasyatyanyamisham. Anyam isham. There is the other. Anyam. One is Jivatma. The other one is Paramatma. How many Atmas are there? Yeah. We should remember, Jivatma is not really different from Paramatma. There is an apparent difference. Just like the original and reflection. Therefore, it does not mean there are two Atmas really. From the standpoint of ignorance, the Upanishad says there are two Atmas. Dva Suparna. In Vedanta Shastra, we make use of a methodology. Adhyaropapavadabhyam nishprapancham prapanchate. We make use of a methodology called Adhyaropa and Apavada. Adhyaropa means we accept certain things for the time being, even though it is not true from the absolute standpoint. Because the teacher, the Vedanta, has to come down to the level of the student. The student is an ajnani. If he is a jnani, he cannot be a student. Who comes for Vedanta? Who comes for Vedanta? A jnani or an ajnani? Huh? So, Yoga Vasishtha beautifully says, Natyantamajnaha no tajnaha sosmin shastredhikaravan. He is not atyanta ajna, absolutely ignorant. If somebody is absolutely ignorant, then he will not come to study Vedanta. Just like the outside people. They are blissfully ignorant of Vedanta, blissfully ignorant of Atma. Everybody around, majority of them. If you go out, they ask, what did you study? Atma. So it is Atyanta Ajna. Atyanta Ajna is not an adhikari for Vedanta. In the same manner, Tajnaha, a total jnani, if he has understood completely, properly, then he is not qualified for Vedanta. It is in between. He knows that there is an Atma. Then he wants to understand it clearly, with better clarity. Then he comes for Vedanta. Therefore, a student is not a jnani. When he comes for Vedanta, he comes with ajnana. There is some ignorance. And when there is ignorance, for him the Jagat is real. In fact, Jagat is only the Jagat is real for him. This is real. That is how he comes. Then the Vedanta has to start from the standpoint of the Jagat. Vedanta has to start from the standpoint of the empirical reality. That is why, to begin with, the Vedanta Shastra accepts the presence of the universe, the presence of a Jiva, your experience as a Jiva. All these things are accepted in the beginning. It is called Adhyaropa. And later on, the same thing is negated. When the purpose is served, it is negated. It is called apavada. The process of teaching involves adhyaropa and apavada. Adhyaropapavadabhyam. Through adhyaropa and apavada, nishprapancham prapanchate, the Brahman which is nishprapancha. It is free from prapancha. It is prapanchate, it is revealed through the process of adhyaropa and apavada. Therefore, when the Shastra says there are two dvasuparna, it is adhyaropa. In adhyaropa, there are two. But later on, see, now the apavada is happening. This line is apavada. Anyam isham. So, anyam, when it says anyam, it is adhyaropa. But later on, it will be negated. Anyam isham, there is the anya, the other. Who is the other? Paramatma. Isham. Paramatma is Ishaha. Ishvara. He is free from the helplessness, free from samsara. So, Isham means free from samsara. Anisha means he is in samsara. Isha, he is free from samsara. Since Anyaha is Ishaha, he is Jushtam, Jushta. Jushta means Sevita. He is sought after. Paramatma is the most sought after. So, what is most sought after? Nowadays, you will find many things in social media. But the wise men, what do the wise men seek? They seek Paramatma. Therefore, the sought after, the one who is sought after by the wise men, the Vivekis. Yada pashyati, the Jivatma understands, the Jivatma realizes the Paramatma. Through proper sadhana, in order to realize the Paramatma, the Jivatma has to go through sadhana. First of all, he should get Chitta Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddhi, Jnana Prapti. After Sattva Shuddhi, he gets a Jnana by going to a Guru, etc. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. I don't have to explain it now. So, through proper sadhana, he realizes the Paramatma. He understands the Paramatma. How does he understand? Asya mahimanam iti. The Paramatma is my own glory. Asya mahimanam. It is the glory of the same Jivatma, not as something different from me, not as Anya. Now the anya is ruled out. What I have been seeking is not different from me. Throughout our life, we are seeking something or the other. They say 4 Purushartha. In fact, there is no 4 Purushartha. If you inquire properly, there is no 4 Purushartha. There is only 1 Purushartha. What is that 1 Purushartha? That is happiness. That is completeness. That is moksha. That is why moksha is called Paramapurushartha. Even those who are seeking other things are unconsciously seeking for moksha only. Somebody is seeking money. You ask him, why are you seeking money? I want happiness. What kind of happiness do you want? You want permanent happiness or impermanent happiness? Nitya Sukha or Anitya Sukha? He will say, I want Nitya Sukha. I want permanent happiness. You want Nirapeksha Sukha or Sapeksha Sukha? Your happiness should be dependent on some other factor or it should be independent of other factors. He will say, I want Nirapeksha Sukha. Second ni, first ni is Nitya. Second ni is Nirapeksha. My happiness should not be dependent on others. It should be independent of other factors. I don't want to depend on my boss for my sukha. Unfortunately, many things become our boss, not just the company boss. Sometimes your maid becomes your boss because your happiness is dependent on her. So, as long as our happiness is dependent on somebody else or something else, it is samsara. I want Nirapeksha Sukha. And I want Niratishaya Sukha. Unsurpassable happiness. My happiness should not be surpassable. I should not feel there is something more. So it should be Nitya, Niratishaya, Nirapeksha Sukha. That kind of Sukha, that kind of happiness is moksha. And the Chandogya Upanishad says the true Sukha is only Brahman, Bhuma eva Sukham. The Sukha is only Bhuma, only Brahman. Na alpe Sukhamasti. There is no Sukha in the limited. Where is Sukha? In the infinite, in the Bhuma. Therefore, even the other people unknowingly are seeking the same Sukha, same Ananda, same Moksha. but they are ignorant of it. They think it is available somewhere else. It is available in wealth, or it is available in relation, it is available in America, and so on. Therefore, essentially, everybody is seeking after the same Brahman, the same Paramatma, the same Paramananda. When he becomes a jnani, he understands all that I have been seeking all through my life, not only one life, through several lives, many lives, is nothing other than my own Swarupa. Asya Mahimanam. It is my Mahima, it is my own glory, it is my own nature, not different from me. Then Vita Shokaha, then he becomes free from Shoka, he becomes free from samsara, freedom from all emotional problems, freedom from the emotional vulnerability. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.